someone is a non-epileptic, for example, before it occurs, there are other factors that can lead to seizure. Yeah. For example, extreme exposure maybe to light, or noise, or maybe the food that they eat, or not eating at all. So before it actually occurs, there'll be the initial signs that a patient will have. For example, they will feel like an aura. Okay, you will see them having blank stare, and then there'll be what we call small muscle twitching. So when you see, maybe you are having a conversation with them, and they suddenly stop, and then they suddenly start staring in one area, and then the next thing, small muscle twitching before they fully go into full muscle jerking and twitching. So it is important that we're also able to know what triggers their epilepsy. So that you can also pre-plan kind of... Precisely. Okay. And again, where they are, make sure that that area is completely safe. I'll give an example. Maybe it's a mother who is cooking and they get this attack while cooking. Yeah. So you can imagine it is the fire around that area. So it is important that you be careful in terms of where they are going to fall. So guide them. But if you are not there and they fall, the first thing you want to do is check on their safety. There are some people who can they could be swimming, for example, and they get attacked inside water. Okay? So again, at that point, it is important also, that's why lifeguard should always be alert on everyone who is swimming. Because when you get an attack, the next thing is you'll just be jerking inside water and then fall down. Or driving. And I've seen this. Driving, you have epilepsy, and then you are driving. It happened some years back in Galleria, at the entrance where you find that river came. They were stopping to get in, and then all of a sudden the person got an attack. Stepped on the accelerator, hit all the cars in front, everyone scampered for safety. So it is important to also know that you are an epileptic person, and sometimes it is also important for you to always alert people around you, or just inform people around you, just in case it occurs, they are there to help you. Right. Yes. Does Red Cross train young children? Because this often happens in schools, and you'd find even in boarding schools that someone has quite often seizures, and they probably nani anakuga na seizures, tukicheza naye ball, anafanyanga hivi, but then they don't really know what to do. Yes. They do ile kienyeji. Yes. Does Red Cross also train some of these young children? Sure. Red Cross trains the entire public. As Lawi akisimama akiamka, Mr. Lawi hapo kidogo unaweza pata usingizi hapo vizuri. Yes. So it is true, Red Cross trains the entire public. So here we are also looking at companies, corporates, organizations. We're also looking at training institutional, for example, universities, secondary and primary. In fact, we have a whole program for the young ones, and how I can say this is we can meet in September. We usually have first aid competitions for all categories. And in this, you find that if everyone has been trained, we just want to test their efficiency in terms of application of these services. So for us, we train everyone. And we usually customize our trainings to suit the current need. Right. Yes. Wherever you're watching us from so far, we've tackled heart attacks as well as